it has recovered pretty much. Like the number of jobs and job profiles opening every day are like high in number, and there is a lot of requirements here, specifically in tech side. I did my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication. I started my engineering in 2008, completed in 2012. So I went ahead with my job at Tata Consultancy Services, worked there for around 4.5 years in reconciliation domain, banking and financial services. And then after that, I got a good opportunity to work with Fidelity Information Services, FIS, which is in Pune itself. So I did my like next 1 year there with them. That time when I came here, only two colleges were giving business analytics masters. One was NUI Galway and the other was UCD. So now there are multiple, like I think 4 or 5 colleges now are giving the same course, but that time there were only two. So I chose NUI Galway. First of all, cheaper city, college was cheaper, and like the course didn't, it was not a big difference between the both colleges in terms of course curriculum. I did one thing that I chose Ireland over US at that time, because considering I had 5+ years of experience, spending 2 more years for studies was a difficult choice to make. So I was looking for courses which are like 1 year long, less time, and like I can actually not spend too much time. And then I had this in back of my mind, that if I fail doing it, I need to come back to my job again. So if there is a longer gap, it will be harder for me to come back. So that's why I went ahead with Ireland that time. Ireland was much cheaper to come as well. Like I had like savings from my 5 years. So like 15 lakhs was the fee, and then 7 lakhs to top it with my living expenses. So basically I didn't have to take too much loan. Like I just take 7.5 lakhs loan, but due to the part-time work I was doing, I didn't even use that loan. Basically, I saved that much as well. I went into NUIG over Trinity because the course was something that I was looking. The major difference was course. So basically, that's why I chose NUIG over Trinity. But Trinity obviously has a lot of reputation in the market and everything. But I was not comfortable in going into data analytics because it's more of ML and everything. And I didn't do a bachelor's in computer science that time. I wanted to go into analytics. I was not sure data or business, but I did some research and talked to some past students through LinkedIn just to understand what the course holds. Considering my background and my previous experience, going into data analytics would have been much harder for me, because they had this machine learning and a lot of coding involved in there. I was not too much hands-on on coding. I was very like entry level, you can say. But I was good at databases and data analysis in general, because that was my job. So business analytics was closely aligned with that, like the course and the subjects and everything. So I was pretty sure that if I take this course, there will be like very few subjects that will be coming very much harder to me, or I would not be understanding them. So that's why I chose a course which was more easy going and easy to learn and like gain knowledge from, rather than going into a totally hard course which is like unknown territory. So that's the reason I chose business analytics. I had this passion for photography, so I chose to go into photography, working with Career Development Center to cover their events and everything. So all the college events were covered by me in that year, so I was getting paid for it. And then there was a smaller group of offices inside the college, which was like around entrepreneurship and everything. So they used to have weekly talks and everything. So I used to like be involved and like doing those recordings and stuff. And then I was also working at a pub here, local pub, which saw some of my photos in one of the college articles, and they asked me to actually come and cover some of their events there. I won't say that these kind of jobs are in abundance, like which are very relevant to your course and everything. It's very hard to find, but they are there. And like getting jobs into restaurants and stuff, it is not that hard. You can get it easily. But to be honest, it's a 1 year course. Spending too much time in those kind of part-time jobs will take a lot of time and you won't focus on your studies. I got some interviews with Google, Facebook at that time when I was interviewing with them, and Twitter. I was interviewing with all three companies that time, and I chose Facebook over others because it was a good job. The role was much better than what I was doing. So I joined them 6 months ago, and right now I'm working with them. So I'm just completing 6 months. My probation is just completed with them. Say that it has recovered. So basically, with so many internet companies growing during the COVID period, it has recovered pretty much. Like the number of jobs and job profiles opening every day are like high in number, and there is a lot of requirements here, specifically in tech side, like analytics and business analytics, data analytics type of role. The number of jobs available were also less, but now the market has definitely recovered and there are so many options available. So basically, I would suggest that once you are here, focus on your studies. Don't focus too much on part-time, or I should get part-time, because part-time is just one of the things. You're not here for the part-time, you're here for the full job thing. So focus on that as early as possible. Focus on your CV, making sure which roles you want. Do some research on LinkedIn, Indeed. Make sure that you are focusing on both sides of things, because the end goal is to get the final job.